Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. I have been very curious about the subject of glitching. Way before I was a game changer, I always glitched, and I didn't really know whether or not it was acceptable by the EA Firemonkeys team. And then I was made a game changer, and no one in the team ever said anything to me about whether or not I should or shouldn't glitch. And more so after becoming a game changer, it felt really weird. So I just thought I'm going to ask the question. So after a detailed conversation with the lovely Firemonkeys team on the subject of glitching, I was made to understand that players absolutely should not have to rely on glitches or difficult workarounds in order to recreate beautiful designs. I was told that one has to understand that it is a bit difficult to give a solid response on, or in a general manner, am I allowed to glitch or am I not? As there is a great difference in the range of methods being used that players might employ to glitch item placement or design buildings. The methods used vary. Most importantly, some are damaging to player games, from moving a chest of drawers back and forth. After rotating it, it then clips into place under a mirror, to players jailbreaking their devices, downloading very unsafe apps in order to manipulate or exploit the game. So it's quite hard to draw the line in the sand. So I went on to ask some more questions. And one of my questions was that sometimes the Sims FreePlay reward us with grand prize houses which have interior and exterior designs that we the players physically cannot recreate. Now I'll explain. It's like the round mirror above the rustic chest of drawers in Santa's rustic farmhouse. When we try to do it, it doesn't work, but that's how they gave us the house. And you think to yourself, oh, that mirror is going to go above that chest of drawers, but when you move it away, that's the end of it, it's gone. So I asked them this question, what about things like that? That's what we're trying to do. And I got an answer. From my conversation with the team, I was made to understand that these cases were actually mistakes, and that they intend that house templates provided should be able to be recreated 100% by players. They go on to say, if there's a problem and the team learn about it, we'll try to resolve it. In the meantime, if there's a non-invasive workaround players find to do it themselves, then go ahead. Dear players, please note the term non-invasive, as this is the point where I begin to lose clarity yet again. So I ask another question. Non-invasive? So does this mean players are indeed allowed to glitch? And I actually do get an answer. Things like not being able to place an object in a position directly, but being able to place it elsewhere and move it into the position you want, that sort of thing is generally pretty safe. Generally. However, please note, it should be clearly understood that EA Firemonkeys do not at all encourage the use of these things. So I go ahead to ask the big question, and that is, do EA Firemonkeys patch glitches? Are they out to get us? And I get an answer. They say to me that they don't go out of their way to remove things like that unless they feel it breaks the game or can break the game in a significant way. Now this makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And also, sometimes glitches might be incidentally removed, fixed, broken by other changes that are made to build mode. So say for instance, there's a new update. That's what they're focusing on every time, working so hard to give us a new update with some new gameplay, some new furniture and so on. And especially when there is a change to build mode, some of these glitches that we have in the game will fall by the wayside because they were not originally intended to be there. But for instance, this particular one you see me operating here, manipulating these hedges, it's been in the game since the French Romance update, where we saw the hedges joined quite nicely around the chateau, and I went ahead to carry on with these style of glitching that I learned from Karen Job. She had a channel, and I learned so many tips and tricks from her on glitching that are non-invasive, and it was fantastic, and I would rely on her completely for all those ideas, and I've referenced her a number of times and also sent most of you over to her channel to see what she does. And that's basically what I've understood as non-invasive. However, Firemonkeys state that they do not want players to end up breaking the house that they spend hours on, or damaging their save data, and so on. And a number of you have left comments complaining that, you lost your game because you have a hacked game. So please remember that when you bypass these rules, which are for and not against us players, and you damage your game, you forfeit the chance of having the Firemonkey team deal with your query and possibly fix any issues that you might have. Isn't that important? So, please remember to keep your game clean and avoid invasive, damaging hacks and cheats and APKs that you keep posting up on channels, and it's no good for you. It's really unsafe. I have a clean game. I have lost my game before and gone through to the EA team and it was replaced, and that was before I was a game changer. There's no special privileges whatsoever before or even after, I never had a problem. There were even properties in my town that had glitches in them, and I never had an issue. They fixed my game and it was given back to me. So might be wrong, but that said to me, my game was fine and there was nothing to be punished for or anything like that. And this one here, the floating room, is a favorite of mine in the game. Most of you leave comments telling me how to do some of these things, and that's how I go ahead to do those things. And I do mention your name, as I did in the farmhouse. Karen told me to use stairs for floating rooms, so I was able to do that. And Ariel at the bottom told me about the baby glitch, again by Karen Job, who I follow. And I always referenced her in my videos and sent some of you over to her channel to see what she does with glitching. She had a lot of non-invasive methods and it worked brilliantly for me. But she doesn't play anymore, sadly. Okay, so this, as I say, is a non-invasive method. My game is clean. I didn't have to do anything in front of you to get this done. I just placed stairs in the basement and up it went, and there's a structure. However, some of the things I was told by the Firemonkeys team is that they don't allow certain items go in front of certain items because some objects would lose their use, for which they were intended. So Sheena is able to watch TV on a telly that's glitched above a music unit here, and Cinderella can dance to the music, so they both work, and that's glitched. So that works for me. My ideas around the reason for glitching is that I want it to look realistic. That looks perfect to me, and it doesn't affect anything or the game in any way. However, say for instance I place this gold chic mirror down here and decide, okay, I want to place a table in front of it and create my own style of a vanity. So I go ahead with my non-invasive method. I move things around, up and down, and then it stays in place. And then I finally successfully get my chic mirror compromised. I now go ahead and then place the sleek black desk, which I call a table, in front of it. And it now can go in front of it where originally it shouldn't. And the reason the team explained to me they wouldn't want that in place is because now the original intended use for the mirror, although it looks pretty when you look at it in this setup, has lost its use. So I'm just going to stop Cinderella here and get her to actually use the chic mirror for what it's meant for, which is to admire or fall for self. And she can't do that because the desk is in front of it. So these are one of the reasons this is not allowed, or they won't allow you do that. And now when I've taken it off, you can see that she's gone ahead to do what she does best, and that's fall for herself or admire herself. But yeah, these are some of the things, and some of you might put a ticket in and say, oh well, my chic mirror is not working. Well, that's because you stuck a table in front of it. Anyway, it's important that you refer to your in-game user agreement for guidelines on how to conduct yourself with the game you've been given. And on the subject of rules of conduct, I have to conduct myself appropriately on all social media platforms. Every now and again, I weed out what I shouldn't be doing when I find that out. Now, this is my YouTube channel, and you get to see my ideas visually. And this is my Facebook business page, which is up and running as we speak and has been ever since it was created. And I communicate with you a lot on Facebook through this page. Now, I did have a profile and I shut it down, and I've been in communication with Facebook, who has advised me that you can't have two profiles on Facebook. It's against their rules of conduct, and it's causing their system a lot of trouble. So I've deleted my Facebook profiles and kept that page as it should be. And I also have my real Facebook profile, which is for my real friends and family, as you can understand, and that's how I run my business page. Now, when you wonder then, how do you visit my town? Well, Sims FreePlay has set it up that you have to be connected on a social media platform of some sort as friends for you to visit each other's town. And I can't then go against the rules of Facebook to then create a fake account, and I can't let you become friends with me with my real Facebook account, because then it's going to get full up and I really won't be able to confirm that I know 5,000 people. So I can't, satisfy either or. So what I've done in order to stay on the straight and narrow as much as I can is absolutely get rid of those Facebook accounts that are not actually for me and my family and friends, and then go ahead to rely on my game center, which I've had for years. And you can see I have a number of friends, 100 and then some, for those of you who have me on your game center and you're able to visit my town. So that's what's available as it stands. And until Facebook, or actually the Sims FreePlay, come up with another idea of how friends can connect, then I can't really have any other way of having you visit my town as it stands. Every now and again I'm going to do town tours, but of course every single thing I build is going to go up on the YouTube channel for you to see. And so whatever it is you want to see in my town is what you're going to see on the channel. And of course I've gone ahead to add live builds to every build that I put out as much as I can, and that way you don't have to have a need to visit the town so that you can copy the ideas that you see. I would already have put it up on the channel for you. So quite frankly, every aspect has been covered. In addition to these social media platforms that I've mentioned, if you want to contact me directly, you can through Instagram. I get a lot of direct messages and I interact with you on the go, and you can connect with me on Twitter also. So if you are looking for that post on Facebook that says visit Joy's town, that's no longer there. I'm someone who wants to make sure that as much as I can, I want to abide by the rules and regulations set down by platforms that I'm making use of, be it the Sims FreePlay, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. So I'm sorry, but I don't have a Facebook profile for the game. I do have my profile, and that does have to stay private for real friends and family. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. If you've not subscribed and you want to, please do so, and don't forget to click on the little notification bell so that you are notified as soon as a video goes live. This weekend is packed full of videos, so stay tuned for that. Some of you have guessed, some of you haven't. It doesn't really matter, it's imminent anyway. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!